Good evening to one and all, and welcome to the International Fabtalks. Thank you for being a part of our journey every single day, my dear friends. We have wonderful celebrities joining us from different parts of the world. And today we are being joined by a very special and a friendly person, a person filled with life, passion, and the love for humanity. How to transform one's thoughts and mindset, and to create a new mindset, or to have this creative mindset. We have a wonderful guest with us, my dear friends. Join me to welcome our celebrity and guest. She is Jaitrali Chatterjee Jhanjharya. She's here with us, my dear friends. Join me to say hello and hi to her first, and then we share her profile in an official way. Hello, ma'am, and welcome to the session, dear.
Thank you so much, Andrea, and you can call me Jay. I'll make life easier for you.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you very much. That's really nice. A lovely name. Dear friends, ma'am is a consulting psychotherapist and as well as an autoimmune counselor. Now, that is really rare to get to know an autoimmune counselor. We'll get more to know more about her as to how she's into this beautiful field, wanting to transform lives. Ma'am, with your permission, I go ahead and share your brief profile and then we begin with the interview. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Dear friends, it's always a honor, pleasure, and a wonderful experience to get to know about our celebrities and guests as to how they've overcome all the challenges in their life, how they are facing challenges and keeping up a beautiful smile. Never give up attitude. Or never say never die, say never die or something. The never die attitude. That's what it is, I should say. So here is with us today on the International Fab Talks, Jaitrali Chatterjee Jhanjharya. She is a compassionate mind health psychotherapist specializing in helping clients with autoimmune disorders and neurological conditions and relationship talk therapy. That's wonderful, ma'am. With a personal, analytic, and mindful approach, she creates a safe space for all clients with lots of confidentiality that is the base for every counselor to explore their thoughts, feelings without any judgment and with lots of confidence. And of course, with confidentiality to put them all in the right way. Her passion lies in treating the mind and body as a whole and building strong therapeutic alliances with her clients to address issues like anger management, anxiety, depression, etc. And much, much more, my dear friends. Above all, she's a bubbly, loving human being with the inner child still alive in her. This is what we all need to have. No matter what you face in life, never let that inner child within you fade away. She aims to make clients feel less alone in their struggles by walking alongside with them on their mental health journey. Once you are connected with her as a client, as a friend, as an acquaintance, she will be with you and she will guide you on your journey with regard to your mental health and, of course, with regard to anything specific in your life which you'd love to share with her. She's always ready for space. Join us, friends. Hello, ma'am, and welcome to the session. Thank you so much for being a part of our journey, that is the International Fab Talks. We love to share your space, celebrate your life journey too here on this beautiful platform.
Thank you very much, Andrea. Thank you for this opportunity. And yes, I would love to share my story with the audience and everybody who would like to listen to it. Thank
Wonderful.
you again.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much. And you're a brave little angel. And that's what I could put that, and a brave warrior as well. Now, why be a warrior? Yes, dear. Yes, dear. A warrior, a brave angel, an angel without wings, a princess without a crown, all that applies to our special celebrity and guest. Why? Let's all go on this beautiful journey, celebrate her life journey now. Dear ma'am, I've shared something about you in a very brief way, but people and all our viewers would love to know it directly from you. How would you be able to define yourself, or how would you put your thoughts and views with regard to your own self, with regard to describing yourself in a very simple?
All right. So I would start by saying who's Jaitrali. So first, I would like to say that Jaitrali is an autoimmune warrior. She is suffering from two autoimmune disorders, and that is the reason, probably, while you were introducing me, you said that I am an autoimmune counselor, which is pretty much a niche in the Indian society and Indian counseling. So, because of my suffering from the last 15 years, I chose this as a passion to heal others who are suffering from this incurable disorder called autoimmune. So I called it autoimmune a silent killer. About me, as I said while we were talking, I'm a rebel. I'm brutally honest. Uh, I I am very childlike, and I love it that way because I think that is being me, and I never want to lose that me anywhere. Uh, and yes, I would say that I don't take a word saying no, you can't. I always cut out the T and say you can. I don't believe in saying quits. I don't believe in the word impossible. I call it I am possible. So, yeah, in short, if you have to know about me, this is me.
Hats off to that beautiful introduction. Hats off to you, ma'am. Wonderful.
You.
I cut out the T, and there is nothing like no in my life. I try out everything. I am a rebel, and I love that. When you say I am a rebel, that's really nice. I love that because I'm to a rebel. I feel that at the right place, you have to be a rebel and you have to go against things that are not okay for you because
Yeah.
your mental health is more important. You are important as an individual. And people, when they take advantage of situations that are not good for us, you definitely have to be a rebel. And you said that you are just childlike. You are, my dear. The lovely inner child is still within you. I really like the way you shared.
I am what you see of me. There are no two sides of the coin here.
Wow, that's nice to be transparent. Yes, J, ma'am, that's wonderful. I'd love to call you JJ. I love
Please
that.
do. I
Yes,
am called by JJ, by my therapist, my professors.
yes, I find it somehow cool, like, to get connected with you. And I love your name too, Jaitrali. It's a wonderful name. It's a unique name.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dear ma'am, now we'd like to know as to how this journey began of you becoming this beautiful counselor called as an autoimmune counselor.
So it's a surprising way in my life, a surprising path in my life that I took. I didn't ever want to be a counselor at the first place. So, to give a brief background, I was a digital professional for the longest period in time. So, I was in digital from almost when Google was introduced in India back in 2002. And before that, I was in entertainment marketing. And after digital happened, I felt that, okay, this is the place where I belong, and there was no looking back. In 2009, MS struck me. So I was with this, I was diagnosed with this autoimmune disorder called multiple sclerosis. And soon after that, I was also diagnosed with Crohn's. Uh, I was told by the doctors that I couldn't be working further because of my disabilities or certain, because it is a neurological disorder and stuff like that. But as I said, I was a rebel. I continued working. I did make it to the peak of my career. I reached the level of a CMO of the company, and thereafter I had to take to the wheelchair, and my outer body could not really perform, and therefore I had to give up the job. When I gave up the job is when I went into depression, and that is when I questioned and constantly questioned myself that what now, because for me digital was the world that I lived in. I lived, I ate, I slept digital. What now am I supposed to do? And in that period, I had created a Facebook group called Autoimmune or Silent Killer. And that is all about autoimmune people. And I have 1.5K people globally who we are interacting with on almost a daily basis. And that is when I figured out that, this ailment or this autoimmune disorder is so unknown, so unpredictable, and it is taking away so much of people's life. People's life, not in the sense of life and death, but taking out the essence of life. And while I would be talking to these people, I figured out that as I was speaking to them, there was so much to learn from them, and there were so many people who were willing to listen to you. And also, I would say, apart from the normal counseling that happens in autoimmune disorder, no two patients are similar. So, when I say I am suffering, these are all invisible disorders that we have, invisible symptoms that we have. So, only an autoimmune patient would be able to understand, yeah, I get you. It is like a rape victim. Only when you have gone through the entire process, when you have gone through that ugly situation, do you say that, okay, I understand. Otherwise, you don't understand. So it was similar with me. And that is why I took up a course in counseling just to understand myself and to heal me. And probably during that time, I figured that, damn, this is the path I want to take now. I mean, okay, fine, I cannot go out and meet people, I cannot be in digital and go and attend meetings, but how about getting this course, do this course, get this entire certification, and become a psychotherapist so that I can help others who are suffering like me and they are not being able to tell or express themselves as much as they would be able to do with an autoimmune survivor. So that is my journey from my digital professional to being a counselor and a therapist today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing all of that. And that is, although it was a tough journey, but you won over it and you accomplished something to share with people who are suffering in the same way, who are into that space of having something connected with autoimmune diseases, or, the sudden attack of, out of the blue, it has attacked you. So it's not a slow, progressive one. Out of the blue, it might have attacked you and many others as well, but you faced it very strongly and bravely, and you're here today with us to share it. Wonderful, dear. Ma'am, if we may know about your childhood, what kind of a childhood did you have? As you say today, you're very bubbly, you're very naughty, you're childlike, chirpy. How was your childhood? Were you the same?
I don't think I have changed ever since. So I am still naughty. My pet name is Chulbul, so that defines me. So that is an inbuilt, inherent me within me, I would say. Um I am childlike still. As I said, again, I'm brutally honest at times. Sometimes it go as my weakness, sometimes as strength. Uh, I like to live one day at a time. I like to make the most of today where I'm living because I believe that yesterday has gone past beyond the recall. Tomorrow may never come. Today is my only perchance. It's quote unquote Rabindranath Tagore. And I really believe and live by it. I live every day, one day at a time. And my childhood has been the same as I am today.
That's really nice. A lovely name, Chulbul, also. That's really nice. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for sharing that. Any incident you remember in school? Like what kind of mischief would you do? Like climb up trees or knock people down or maybe pinch your friends and neighbors, beat each other? What kind of mischief?
Lots of them. I have probably gone about during Diwali in the school corridor, put those small bombs around in all the corners, and would run away with my, of course, so-called then friends, uh, my besties at that time. So we would be putting on all the bombs all over the corners, and the principal would be running helter-skelter trying to see where the bomb is exploding from. And because in the corridor a small bomb makes a huge noise, right? It's the impact is huge. um, I have thrown my milk out in the balcony every time I was served one glass of milk because I hated milk. I have locked my grandmother in the house just because I her with her sleeping inside because I wanted to go and play out. uh, I have always been surrounded by men, and I had always had boys as friends, not boyfriends, because I feel that I can relate to them much better. I'm a biker person, I'm a cycling person. So, all that put together, I think I mean, I have learned how to ride a bike at the age of, I mean, when I was in the ninth standard, 10th standard. I have fallen off the bike, injured myself. Do I need to elaborate on how more mischievous could I have been?
Yes, dear, you shared all of that. Now, you're giving me that space where I could create the mental picture now, the visual picture. I could visualize it. Now, the way you locked up your grandma and the way you were putting the bombs, I could feel that corridor and everything like that. I could imagine your principal, unable to understand what's going on and whom to apprehend, because you say you're not one, there were 10 people with you, 10 friends, as you said, your besties. That's wonderful. Yes, dear. A childhood is really that beautiful, phase which we can never get back. And those memories, of course, remain with us. I really appreciate the way you shared that.
Yes.
And when you locked up your grandma, what was the consequence later on?
Nothing. My grandmom was very, very docile as a person, so I was never reprimanded, scolded, and it was just a big eye to say, "Don't you dare do it again."
Oh,
So
that's
that's about it. So that's what gave me the leeway to do whatever I wanted to do because
yes.
she was not strict with me at all.
Yeah. You also said that you dropped down your milk many times and didn't like having a glass of milk. Yes, many of us do that, and you dropped it over the balcony, right?
I
Rightly.
used to drop it on the cactus that my nanny used to grow, and the cactuses used to die. So
Oh,
it was, in fact, it's a hilarious story that I share this incident with my mom now. After all these years, I used to say that, Mama used to give me the milk and I used to throw it out of the window and it used to fall on the cactus. That's how my nanny's cactuses died. So my mom weirdly gave me a comeback saying, "Why didn't you put it in the commode? That would have been easily flushed out." I said, "Great, Mama. At that time, if I had said, I would have got beaten up. But now, thanks for giving me and sharing with me these inside stories that, yeah, I should have actually flushed it down the commode."
yes, dear. That's really nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, ma'am. My dear friends, we've just been through memory lane, down memory lane. We're coming back now to the mainstream. Dear ma'am, now you were connected to the entertainment industry. What was your main work over there? How did you connect with people? What was your main job profile?
Uh, to be honest, I'll tell you, I was married at a very young in age, and at the age of 20, you could say. I was a mother by at the age of 24. And I didn't think of career at that time because things were happening too rapidly, too soon. So getting into the entertainment industry was not a choice, but it just came to me. I said that, as I said that I have been a tomboy all my life. I was not a person who could be held back at home into the four walls of a room. So I ventured out and I got myself a job, and it was with an entertainment company. And for a while, I continued to being in the entertainment field with Hangama, with Pinstorm, not Pinstorm, with Hangama, with Mukta Arts Production. And that was just the beginning of my journey. At that time, I really didn't know what is my forte, or what is my calling, or what is my passion. It was only when digital happened to me did I realize that, okay, this is it. This is what I want to do in life. This is what I want to pursue and take forward.
Yes, dear. That's nice. My dear friends, ma'am is joining us all the way from Mumbai. I didn't mention that earlier. Mumbai is a beautiful place in India, located in Maharashtra, and that is in India, dear friends. If you're viewing this from another country, Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. Dear ma'am, being a Mumbaikar, what is it that you love about Amchi Mumbai?
Uh, Either you love it or you hate it. There is no gray area in here. And for me, I love Mumbai. Yes, of course, because I have spent a considerable amount of time in Mumbai. But my father was in the Air Force, so I have been a vagabond for a good part of my life. Mumbai life, I don't think. I mean, once you come, it gets you addicted. That is how I would term Mumbai as. So yeah, this is my place, my home, my everything today.
That's really nice. Dear ma'am, like we'll come down to books. Have you been interested in reading books as well? And if yes, which book attracted you the most and gave you a lot of satisfaction while reading it?
Oh, I love reading books, but I am not I don't like to read fictions. I am more of a philosophical book, or some kind of Buddhism book. I mean, I'm also a Buddhist practitioner, so I love to read Buddha books, the new human revolutions on them. To talk about like one favorite book, I think most of the books I read because I want to read them, because I liked the cover of the, I mean, the whatever they talk about the book. But the latest book that I have read recently and I would talk about is Don't Believe Everything That You Think. And it is about your thoughts. And again, it brings me back to psychology, like how we give food to our thought and our irrational beliefs, and we keep on, you know uh, upgrading them and making it a false and a negative emotion and negative thought. And therefore we it gives rise to a very difficult and a negative outcome. uh, we need to shorten our thoughts, and the only way to shorten our thoughts, or to not to have thought, is to keep yourself busy with whatever you love to do. And when you are loving what you're doing, you're passionate about when you're doing, you will realize you don't have many thoughts coming in. And when you're not having any thoughts, you're not really growing them into something negative, you're not procrastinating, you're not giving enough relevance to them, and let them be there. It just let them come and let them go. So this was a beautiful book that I read recently. I just finished reading the book, in fact.
That's wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you very much. Would you do us a favor? Would you rename the book again, the title of the book, please?
Don't believe everything that you think.
Wow. Don't believe everything that you think. That's wonderful. Very true, ma'am. That's really very true. The way you've shared all of that. If we keep on thinking and believing what we think, we're going to go down and procrastinate things, or maybe neglect our own hygiene as well, neglect everything about ourselves. Now, ma'am, there are youngsters, young children, and they have this, they are fit and fine physically, but they are not okay in their mind. And then when I've been speaking to them, this is what they have to say, a few of them. I'm not happy because I didn't have a good childhood. I've seen my parents always fighting in front of me. I blame my parents for what state I am in now. Now, for such kind of people, what is the message you have for them, ma'am? Because you can't keep continuously blaming your parents. You never know what your parents went through. Because of you, they had to stay together, although they didn't want to stay together, they couldn't stay together, whatever the reason it was, but they stayed together just to keep the family together. And there
Right.
are children who are complaining so badly against their parents now and suffering from childhood trauma. Could you help them positively to overcome that depression and this phase now?
See, Andrea, I would tell you something, and it is a fact that, we all have certain inner child issues, and that's when we talk about the inner child healing. So, when we are young, we have a lot of capacity to absorb what is happening around us, but we are not given the right to be vocal about it. What is what is irritating, what is not going with us, what is not helping us. So while you said that we see our parents fighting, do we have the audacity or the right, and especially in the Indian country, I would say, do we have the right to go up and tell them, this is disturbing me, whatever is happening around me is disturbing me? So what happens is that pent up energy, it grows into you, creates negativity within you, and you grow up to be that individual as you are. But I wouldn't say the children are at fault. The parents need to take certain decisions, certain actions as to how to behave in front of the children. I'm not saying that the parents might have gone through a lot, but the parents have chosen the children to bring them into the world. So it is up to them how to keep things away from the children and what to introduce to the children. You might be having differences of opinions, but keep it with you, discuss it within yourselves. If you have chosen the children, if you have chosen them to come to this world, give them a better life. And the children don't have anybody else to blame, because they have seen that, they have gone through that. Who are they supposed to be blaming?
Yes, dear ma'am, that's very true, ma'am. Very, very true. But ma'am, already the damage has been done. Now from here, how do we help them to take it to the next level?
So These are the children who need talk therapy on a regular basis. And when I say talk therapy, they don't need to get out of one parental figure and get into one counseling or a therapist who is another parental figure. You need to, even if they go to a therapist, you need to come down to their level and operate from a higher level, understand their lingo, talk in their lingo, so they are comfortable with talking to you, and keep on talking and try to get into the frame of reference, try to understand where they are coming from, try to pinpoint that pain area, and that is how you can deal with them. And a constant talk therapy is going to help them heal their inner child. So there are various forms, like there are questionnaires which are given to them, there are art therapies which could be suggested to them. Many a times you will see a picture where child would be drawing, it would be having a mother and a brother and a sister, but the father is not existing. Maybe the father is either divorced, or the father does not stay in the house at home with them, does not give in, or it can be vice versa. Maybe he or she is having a problem with the child, with the other sibling. They might just cut him off. Even if it is there in the picture, you can see a big cross or black it out. So these are many messages through they try to give without unknowingly, which a therapist or a practitioner should be able to pick up. And the best thing is that talk in their language so that they don't feel out of place. It shouldn't be that, okay, there is a mama at home, there is another grandmother over here, or a papa at home, and here I am with another grandfather here. They don't want that. So it brings me back to the point that you should come down to their level but operate from a higher level.
Yes, dear. Thank you so much, ma'am. You've given that answer to that question with lots of clarity. Thank you very much. Dear ma'am, as you earlier mentioned, you were a bunch of 10 friends, could be more. Are you still connected with all of them?
I am connected with most of them, I would say. So, as I said, that I have not really stayed at one place for a very, very long time. But I'm connected with most of my friends even now, thanks to Facebook, thanks to Instagram for bringing them back. But if you ask my opinion, I am a person who would be, I have a closed circle, I have an inner circle, and I have an outer circle. So I would be having a lot of friends in the outer circle whom I mingle with. I have an inner circle of very few close friends, and I have a close circle of 3 to 4 friends, or even my spouse for that matter, and there is nobody in there. So, yeah, that's how I define the friendship in 3 different dimensions.
Wonderful, dear. That's wonderful. Dear ma'am, we go on to the next question. Now, you've been seeing a lot of ups and downs, like we all do. Like, what is that place or what is that zone or area we could say that you would love to see a change? When you look at that and say, hey, this really requires a change, which is that area in life or which is that area in the whole world which you feel like with regard to education or literacy, or it could be any issue that here requires a big drastic change?
Uh, to be honest, I am nobody to bring in a change if I cannot bring in a change myself within me. That is the first and foremost thing. Having said that, I think education institutions is definitely one that needs to be looked into. Today, I feel really sorry for the children carrying those haversacks with heavy books. The competition that is there, getting 100% has become a cakewalk. How can you get 100%? How can you get 100 out of 100 in English, in literature, in Hindi, in essay? There would be a comma mistake, there will be a full stop mistake, there will be a spelling mistake. And this competition is just getting wilder by the day, and there is no end to it. It is torturous for the children, and the plethora of things that have opened up to the children of today. It is also so difficult for them to choose what they want to. In our times, there were just 4 to 5 curriculums that you would have to need to, either you take up art, science, commerce, doctor, lawyer. That's about it, more or less. Today there are so many more these things, so but there is nobody who would be able to guide you. Okay, this is your capability, this is what you can be passionate, you are passionate about, this is what you need to take. There is nobody to handhold them, there is nobody to counsel them. Forget about outside counselor, even the parents are kind of, they are into the rat race. He is doing that, so must you. Let them be, let them follow their own passion, let them follow their own dreams. They are not our crutches. So I think the education institutions really need to be looked into. What you are teaching, meaningful, meaningless, who's the head, how are you taking it forward? You can just go on with that.
Yes, that's really nice. Thank you for sharing, ma'am. And yes, the educational system has to really transform in a very positive way to be, let's focus on holistic development than only marks or, only wanting them to be academically, exhaling only academically and forgetting other things. Because if it's only academics and not life lessons,
Yeah.
that's a big loss.
Absolutely. And after a certain time, your marks don't matter.
Matter at all.
What matters is how you present yourself across the table, how you speak across the table, how confident you are. And confidence doesn't come with marks. Confidence cannot be taught. It has to be, it is somewhere within you, it has to be cultivated. And it arises from there. Who asks for marks after you're, initially getting into the first job, second job? And nowadays, not even that. I've seen interviews where people take you by how you speak, how is your spoken English, how do you kind of, are you able to coordinate with your peers well, are you, or your colleagues well? And that is all that matters. And do you have knowledge about what you are into, of course.
Yes, dear. Very true, ma'am. That's very true. Dear ma'am, if you meet the Almighty or if you believe in the universal energy and they were to gift you a superpower and say, yes, JJ, you are lucky to have a superpower now, you have the choice to select your own superpower. What kind of superpower would you ask from the Almighty or the universal energy?
I don't think so. I would ask for anything from the Almighty or the superpower. I think if you want to wish to be a super individual, a super identity, you can be with or without that power coming in. It's the power is inside you. So I would say look inside you. I would look inside myself and figure out how better would I be able to excel, or how better will I be able to supersede, how better will I be the superwoman. uh, I mean, it is all within you. If you need you, if you want to make it happen.
That's beautiful. Then seeking it from out, it is all within. All is within you. All power lies within you. That's, yes, that's a beautiful quote. Ma'am, now, if at all we have a question like this, imagine we give you a time machine in your hand and we ask you to click the button, and then you click that button that takes you right into the past era. And there you have a project to relive somebody's life and return back. This is just a project work and an imaginary question. If this is the case, whose life you'd love to relive and come back?
My own life.
Wow.
I'll tell you why, because I have lived a life, as I said, that I have been suffering from multiple sclerosis and Crohn's from the past 15 years. And in my yesteryears, I used to be doing everything that I wanted to do. I wanted a second job. I wanted to spend money. I wanted to mix with friends, mingle with friends. I wanted to go out for a trip. I did all that I wanted to. And if I see now, I will not be able to do half the things. I will not be able to do half the things given my situation right now. So I am very happy and I am living with no regret at all of the past. So even if you rewind me back to the past, I would obviously want to follow the same things. I think life has been a beautiful journey for me. It has given me lessons to learn. It has given me certain bitter and certain sweet lessons as well. But I really don't think I want to live in anybody else's life but mine. I'm contented.
Yes, dear. You're a beautiful soul. That's why I said you're an angel. You're a brave angel. That's really nice. Like many of them will curse the situation, they begin to curse their fate. But you are somebody different. You have accepted things as they are, and you're going ahead, finding new, you know, areas where you could find your expertise, or you could give your thoughts and views, and where you could put your positive energy into. Not sulking, not going into depression. This is what every youngster, middle-aged person, or it could be a senior citizen should learn, to look on the brighter side of life, no matter what happens in your life. Look always on the brighter side. Dear ma'am, the next question. Now, would like to focus on the cooking skills that you have. Like, what are you good? Which cuisine you are good in preparing?
I love to cook,
Wow.
actually. And I love to feed people who love to eat. One thing that I cannot do for the love of my life is baking. I cannot bake at all. But when it comes to cooking, I think I pretty much try my hands on any kind of cooking. And of course, I should be liking it as well. So, yeah.
Yes, dear. I understand. Baking even is not my forte. Even I am a very bad baker. I've tried baking cakes, and all of them got spoiled. Every every time I attempted preparing a cake or baking a cake, and my son say, "Mama, don't prepare. If you prepare it, you have to eat it. Please don't prepare. We rather buy it from out." I'm a very bad baker. I could resonate that with you. I very
I can't go with measurements. Even my
very
cooking
true.
is just, with the hand, with the spoon. It is all according to my अंदाजे से करना है जिसको बोलते हैं. I cannot go with measurement. 1 teaspoon of that, 1 pinch of baking soda. No, 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 no. It doesn't go with me at all.
I can get that. I understand. That's really nice. I'm happy somebody's with me because I'm a bad baker, and if somebody's with me, I'm very happy to know that. Yes, dear. Now, dear ma'am, we'd like to come down on a more serious note. Like suddenly when you develop this autoimmune disorder, what were the first symptoms? How did you identify that oh, something is wrong with me?
So, autoimmune, the MS particularly, you have the initial symptoms that one generally has is extreme fatigue. Extreme fatigue, as in, like, I cannot even explain what is the fatigue like. So the fatigue that we go through in MS is something like what one goes through in excessive COVID is the recent example that I can give you. With 104 temperature, the kind of fatigue that one goes and the long tail that it takes to fade out is the kind of fatigue that we go through time and again, every day, in fact, in life. Apart from that, there is numbness, there is tingling sensation, there is short term memory loss, there is sudden blackout that happens for a few seconds. You're just out of the zone because you don't know just what just happened. The primary reason for this particular thing is it's a neurological disorder, and your brain sends wrong signals to your body. So these are the primary symptoms that I just spoke about, which starts, and as it progresses, there are 50 more symptoms that I can just keep on penning down. But these are the tremendous headache, and the headache it is like your nerves pain. It's not just a normal headache, your nerves literally pain and ache. So those are the common symptoms when you know that you are getting somewhere. But initially I was getting these symptoms from 2006, and we were not being able to get the right diagnosis for the same. And it was only in 2009 while I completely lost my feeling sensation in my legs, and I fell down in the office. And thereafter we went to the orthopedic surgeon, obviously thinking that there must be some nerve compression, things like that, and everything was coming normal. And by the way, he just suggested us to do an MRI. And when we did the MRI was when we found out that I have plaques, lesions in the brain and in the spine, which in the due course of time has started affecting my neurological. It is like I have short term memory loss, I get blackout, I get anxiety, panic attacks, and because of the certain lesions on the spine, I have lost control over my mobility. I was partially paralyzed a year and a half back. I'm gaining a little bit of strength and beginning to kind of with a lot of help, I can walk, just take 2 or 3 steps. So, yeah, that is how things unfolded for me. And soon after that, I was diagnosed with Crohn's as well, which is again, it is what happens is the ulcers, or rather the scars, happen in the small intestine. So your digestion power goes away completely. So there is, whatever you eat is just taken out as is. So there is no digestion that is happening in your body. The system fails. And overall, the immunity, autoimmune, if you ask me, it is your immune system that attacks unknowingly, mistakenly, your own immune system. So there is a healthy immune system which actually helps us from viruses, from bacteria, from the other ailments taking in our body. In our body, in people who are carrying autoimmune disorder, there is an unhealthy immune system which attacks the healthy immune system, and therefore it all these things happen to us, and the coordination difficulty, miscoordination, and the list is long. I can just go on.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am, for enlightening us on that topic with regard to the autoimmune disorder. It's a pleasure that you're sharing all of that with us, because there are several people who might be facing fatigue. They might be facing different symptoms that you've just mentioned. They could be facing much more too. It's always good to take medical advice as early as possible. Do not delay. As you've mentioned, the MRI detected that for you, that something was really not okay with you. Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am. And you are brave enough, and no one will ever say that you've been through so much, and now you're just so sweet and smiling, like everything's okay. And we just wish you that
We
you
call
are
it
like,
invisible disorder. What you see is the tip of the iceberg, and the tip of the iceberg is beautiful.
yes,
What you can't see is what lies within. So, what storm we carry within ourselves, with inside us, is not known to anybody. I wouldn't even expect my spouse to understand that, or my children to understand that. Only an autoimmune disorder person can tell me, yes, I understand what you're going through.
very true, very true. Dear ma'am, how would you want the world to remember you, and in what way they should remember you?
Good question. I think I would like to be remembered for whatever little that I have been able to do in my life, to be remembered as a fighter. That, yeah, she was a fighter and she fought and she went. She didn't give up. I think, yeah.
Wonderful. That's excellent. Ma'am, now you belong to Mumbai, and Mumbai is connected with all the film stars, Bollywood, cinema, films, shooting, and all of that. Your favorite movie?
I am I am not a Bollywood fan at all. I am not a movie fan at all. Having said that, it's not that I don't watch movies, I definitely do, but I watch very, very selective movies. I am not a person who would be going out to look for the Bollywood guys out there, and the Shah Rukh Khans and the Salman Khan who's out on the road, which shooting is going on. I'm a very wrong person to ask all this. All time favorite movie, I would say, if I say Sound of Music,
Wow.
I would love to watch it again and again. Another one of the recent times, I would say Dear Zindagi, which is very, very close to my heart. And every time I watch it, I get a new viewpoint, a new way, a new approach that I get to see in the movie. But I think there are a lot of good movies. I think like something else comes up, it becomes my favorite, and the old one goes takes a backseat. But Sound of Music and Dear Zindagi has been one of my favorite most.
Yes, dear.
Of
That's
my
wonderful.
favorite most.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, ma'am, we go on with the next question. What is it that you love about JJ?
I love me. I love me for the things which I've been able to withstand, the perseverance with which I have been able to carry myself in all these odd or the difficult times in my life, in terms of health, uh, that I have been able to rise from. I have fallen, I have risen, I have failed, I have succeeded. So all in all, I would define that these are the things that I love about me, the person and all the qualities that makes me me. And another thing that I would like to add, that I wouldn't wear a mask to please someone else. I mean, as I had mentioned it earlier also, what you see is what you get, and what am I? Here is what I am actually. So there are no two sides of me. So people, you usually they like me or they hate me again. So yeah, I think that's what I would say I would love about myself.
Yes,
Being
yes, dear. That's really nice. Either people like you or hate you. You just be you and be honest, and as you earlier mentioned, authentic. You don't need to wear a mask, just be authentic and transparent. If people
can't
like you, good.
you can't be wearing a mask for a long time. Eventually the mask will wear off and your reality is going to be exposed.
Very true.
So just be yourself, even
Yes.
if it is a devil in disguise.
Wow, that's a beautiful way to put that. Very true. I really like the way you put it. Even if you're the devil in disguise, it's really true. Dear ma'am, with regard to forgiving others, what do you have to say? Are really people deserving, or do we need to forgive people who hurt us the most? Do they deserve,
Uh,
put it in the right way?
Reserve, it's, I don't think would be the right word I would like to use. Everybody deserves to be forgiven. But the term forgiving, there is something called as forgive and forget. So I will take that in two pieces. Forgive you can, and you forgive not for the other person who has wronged you, but for yourself, because you're carrying the baggage of the other person, which is not for you to carry. But forget you can't, because that particular incident or whatever has happened, whatever has been done by a person, by a situation, that is a lesson that has been, that was a reason, that was a lesson. So if you forget that, I mean, that you cannot possibly forget that. A simple example: when you read the first chapter of the book, and when you go to the last chapter, if you have forgotten the first chapter, what's the use of reading the book? What's the relevance? So you do need to remember the first chapter. That is how the book takes you through. So in my opinion, also, you cannot forgive, but you cannot forget, but you do forgive for yourself. Again, you're selfish in that. You forgive for yourself to be in a better place and let go.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your thoughts and views with regard to forgiveness. That's really nice. Ma'am, your favorite quotation till date, which one really appeals to you the most?
Oh, nothing is really coming to my mind. There are lots of quotations that one thing that I would say, it's my way or the highway, that I love to use it on people. Not really. Uh, but as I had mentioned, this quote from Rabindranath Tagore, there's the same quote that says that yesterday is past beyond recall, tomorrow may never come. Today is my own perchance, so let me make the utmost of it, of today. So
Yes,
this is one of my all-time favorite quotes, I would say.
wonderful. Thank you for sharing, dear. Thank you so much. May we know your favorite color?
I think white, pink, blue, light blue. Yeah,
It's
that's it.
your favorite subject when you were a student?
Favorite subject, not definitely science, not definitely maths. I think English. English would be my favorite subject. One of
Same
my
here.
subjects.
Same here.
And I used to love law in college.
Wow.
So I had taken accounts, I had taken commerce, and I had law. And as my grandmother and my husband also says, that you can fight the most illogical argument in a logical way, which has no sense. And that gets me to feel that, lawyer is something that I wanted to become once upon a time. And it was one of the favorite subjects too.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, your proudest accomplishment till date. What is it that you've accomplished and you feel really great about till date?
I think everything has been an accomplishment in my life, Andrea. So, right from the beginning, getting my first job, before that, getting married to the person I loved, my childhood love, I fell in love with my husband now husband in when we were 15 years of age. I have two beautiful kids, two beautiful children, not kids anymore, of course. Uh, I wanted to get back to my working self. I did that. I accomplished. I enjoyed. I was passionate. So I think every step that I went in life was an accomplishment. That I got into MS, I could fight MS. Today I'm living in spite and despite of MS, in or outside me. I'm living with the autoimmune disorders. I am being still able to move forward in life, if not physically, mentally, emotionally, in every way. I think every step, every genre in my life has been an accomplishment by itself.
Yes, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, ma'am. Maybe no, are you also a pet mom? Do you love pets?
I am not a pet mom. My children are my pet parents. I'm actually I love dogs, but I mean, good or for the bad, I have not been able to keep a dog of late in my house. But recently, my children got a cat home, so not by default. So my children are pet parents, whom I'm the grandmother taking care of the pet.
Wow, that's really nice. Maybe know the name of your little kitten, ma'am?
Her
Kitten.
name is Minerva. It is the witch from Harry Potter
Mm-hmm.
who turned into a cat. Her name is Minerva, so her name is Minerva, and we all call her Minnie. Obviously, nobody goes by that big name.
Quite
It's kept
interesting.
by
That's
my
nice.
son.
Yes,
Yeah.
dear. Please go ahead, ma'am. Yes, dear.
No, it's been kept by my son. The name was kept by my son. He's a Harry Potter freak.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's nice. So, Minnie, is she around here, around you, or she's in?
She wouldn't allow me to talk if she were here.
Oh,
She would be dancing on top of my laptop and with all the buttons pressed strongly.
yes. Dear ma'am, now we come to the next part. This is called as the rapid fire round. It will be just for another 10 minutes. Thank you so much for being very patient, and you shared everything from your heart, and we love you for who you are. And I would
Thank
like all the other people who are suffering from any autoimmune disorder, you could just connect for good counseling and to feel that you are accepted, you are loved. There is somebody with you and to guide you in the right way, not to give up on life, not to give up on your beautiful dreams. You could connect with our celebrity and guest. She's here with us. She's JJ. Hello, ma'am. Back to you again. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, we have this small segment called as the rapid fire round.
Don't fire me.
Pardon?
Don't fire me. We'll do the
Oh,
rapid.
sure, sure, definitely not. That was really very humorous. This is what I love, within you. You're very polite, and at the same time, you're, bubbly. You're having humor. This is what we need. Not always having a sad face or a long face, or not always thinking something negative.
And that's lol. That's life all about, right? A little pain, a little pleasure, a little heaping up of treasure.
Wow, that's fun. Yes, dear. We begin with this beautiful session. What brings a beautiful smile on your face?
A lovely song, a nice compliment, um, my husband giving me a surprise by coming home early and giving me company. My children coming and giving me company at the same time, like because they are grown up now, so they hardly have any time. So when they give a surprise or they have some time to spend with me, brings an immediate smile on my face.
So sweet. That's very nice. Dear ma'am, when you feel low, we all feel low. And even when you feel low, from where do you derive your strength to rise back like a phoenix and to fight back? That on certain days. On certain days, like we feel, everyone feels that low, like, no, why this life? It could be just anybody. So if you face that day, where do you get that energy and strength to bounce back?
So to split this question into a few points, one is obviously I go to my mentor. My first go-to person is my mentor, whom I seek help from. Second is my spouse, who always will lift me up from wherever I am. Third, again, my children, who would not allow me to sulk. Fourth is me myself, because If I am in a pit, I am the one who's suffering, I am the one who's paining inside. Is that worth it? Is the question that I ask myself. And then diverting your attention to something that you like to do, which you love to do, and I'm very easy to get, to get diverted from the low and the highs of life. So I don't usually like, or I try not to be in that low phase for long. I do seek help, as I said, from my mentor, from my spouse, from my children.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am. Is there anything that scares you?
No, not really. I am only scared that time should not fall short in terms that I wouldn't be able to finish doing everything that I have thought that I would be able to do. So that is the only fear, or that is that the time scares me, that I should not fall short of time.
Anything that angers you, dear? What annoys you?
Lies.
I love this. I love
I cannot. I always believe in this, that you hurt me with the truth, but do not comfort me with the lie. And I stick by it. And I always believe, once a liar, always a liar. Once a thief, always a thief. And that is something that I can deal with anything else but lies.
I could resonate with you very well. You do. Dear ma'am, any weakness?
A lot of weaknesses. Yeah, why do you want me to tell it in the public?
Anyone.
I
Like,
am short tempered.
mhm.
Um, I can just lose my temper and it will go high on the peak, and of course I'm very easy to calm down also. It is like spikes. I do not hold my anger and my grudge, of course. Weaknesses is I believe people too easily, which is something that I'm still learning. Uh, that you need to take time and don't believe everybody and anybody. I give much more than I can give, and in the bargain it hits me in a wrong way. uh, I am sometimes too blatant and too blunt that people don't like to listen to always. So, but as I said, I cannot be two-faced. I am what I am. And but yeah, I think I need to be a little more diplomatically right and more polite, politically, diplomatically right in tackling these things. So these are huge shortcomings, I would say.
If I would ask you, like, any weakness for any sweets, like chocolates or
I'm
cake,
a Bengali, so that says it all. So sweet and Bengalis, they go hand in hand. You cannot separate the sweet from the Bengali in any way.
your favorite one, ma'am?
I love rasgullas.
Roshagulla, right? They say that in, yes, that's wonderful. I mean, there are varieties of rasagullas. Which one is your special one?
I love the good ka rasgulla. There is something as it's made with good jaggery. So that's one of my favorite rasgullas all time.
Yes, you're making my mouth water, ma'am. Yeah. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, how many languages are you proficient in? I mean, like, how many languages you could speak or either understand?
I can speak Hindi, English, Bengali. I can speak, read, write, all three. I can understand and talk a little bit of Gujarati because I'm married to a Bori Muslim who speak Gujarati at home. So I can make do with Gujarati. I can follow Marathi, but I cannot speak for nuts. I make all possible mistakes in while speaking Marathi.
Yes, dear.
And yeah,
Yes, dear. You could add on. You could add
well,
on.
that's it. I think five is more than enough.
Yes, dear. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Ma'am, your favorite month?
October because it's my birthday.
Which day, dear?
2nd of October. So
Wow.
I am born on a Gandhi Jayanti, but I'm anything but Gandhi ji. If somebody slaps me, I slap the other person across. But I love that month because I get a lot of gifts, lot of attention,
Yes, dear.
and also my son was born in October. So yeah,
really nice. The next question, your favorite day of the week?
Sunday, or rather Saturday, I would say, because you don't have to worry to wake up on a Monday, because Sunday is still you have to wake up on a Monday. I think Saturday is my best day.
Yes,
You just can chill, do whatever you would like to do. You can keep awake till whatever hours you want to, and you can get up as late as possible on a Sunday.
very true, very true. Dear ma'am, the next question coming up, the name of your favorite teacher?
The name of my favorite teacher, I would say life, because life has taught me a lot of things in this whatever period that I have lived in my life. It has been my best teacher. It has taught me to falter, it has taught me to amend, it has taught me to make mistakes, it has taught me to learn from the mistakes. It has made me fall, it has made me rise, it has made me fail, it has made me succeed. So I would give all credit to life.
That's nice. That's really true, very true. Are you a tea or a coffee person?
I have been a coffee person, but because of my health, I have been told not to have too much of coffee, so I'm turning into a tea person, or rather, I've turned into a tea person. Otherwise, I have very close to me, I have a trolley which is full of different colors and different varieties of coffees,
Yes,
different flavors of coffees.
that's really nice. Dear ma'am, your favorite season?
Rainy season. I love the monsoons. I to get drenched, go just be yourself, get drenched in the rain, or just sit by the window, watch the rains, write some poems, write some articles, and see it's all lush green, right? It's so positive, it's so beautiful. Everything is like washed out. Everything, it feels like your entire world, or rather the entire environment, is rejuvenated. It's all cleansed. So yeah, that's the reason why I like the rains.
Rainy season.
Monsoons.
The rainy season. Dear ma'am, how would you describe a beautiful day or a day that went very well or your idea of a perfect day in just one word?
Oh,
एक सुंदर सा दिन एक ही शब्द में बोलना है.
I think having me time, a wonderful quality me time.
So, excellent. Me time. So we put it like me time. That's really nice. A beautiful day could be me time where you could get to know yourself, you know, reflect on your thoughts, reflect on this to,
Reflect, retrospect, question, unlearn, learn. There is so much in that me time that you can do.
yes. Khatta, meetha, kadwa, namkeen. All of that. If I put salty, sweet, spicy, sour, which one is your favorite?
A mix of all. A miss of anything would not make life perfect. So you need that all the four things, and you need to be palatable with all the four. Though I hate karwa.
Very true. Yes. Dear ma'am, the best gift you've received till date.
My children.
What a lovely answer. That's really nice. Every mother should be able to say this. Every mother should have children. And you should be proud enough to say that my children are my best gifts that I've ever
I
received.
do.
Everyone.
I look up to them. They are my pillars, and I'm, I'm. Every mother is proud of their children, but even me, I am really very proud of my children, their achievements, which keeps me going. Looking at them grow. I think I also grow as a human being.
Yes. Ma'am, if I may ask you this question, we have just last two questions of this question. Like, have you ever regretted spending money on certain things? Like it could be a dress or some type of an item or article that you spent. Yes, dear.
Never.
Yes, dear.
You asked me the right question. So, for the longest time, my husband, my close friends, they used to always tell me that I've been a spendthrift. I do not care about money. I don't have value for money, and I am a gadget freak. I love buying clothes. I am a shoe freak. I've got this fetish for shoes, bags, watches, and I've been a spendthrift all my life, and even now I am, and I don't regret at all because given my situation, I when I look back, if I didn't waste money in that term, and or I did not spend money when I wanted to, what would I have done with all that money now? I hardly go out. I hardly can go out mall shopping or shop, I mean, just, kind of just, window shopping or buy anything. So things are quite meaningless for me right now. I mean, I'm quite satisfied with what I've done in my life and the kind of spendthrift that I'm on. It's fine.
Superb. I love this answer. Wonderful, dear. Yes, live like there is no tomorrow. Live for today and enjoy every single day as it comes. Dear ma'am, one last request before we sign off for today's session. Sign off from today's session. I'd like you to share 3 magical words with us. We regularly put in a little request to all our celebrities and guests who share the space with us on the International Fab Talks to share 3 magical words. Apart from please, sorry, and thank you, share any 3 words that could empower us.
Uh, as I said, live completely, live fully. Do not regret your past because you cannot redo your past. And learn from your past mistakes and do not repeat it in future.
Thank you for this beautiful message, ma'am. That's really very nice. Thank you so much. I was really very happy getting to know you as a person, getting to know about your profession, getting to know your thoughts and views on life. And you have all empowering thoughts. And I would love every human being, irrespective of gender, to derive a lot of strength from our celebrity. And yes, she's JJ, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Andrea. It was a pleasure chatting up with you.
Same here, dear. Same here. Looking forward to many more interactions. And we'd love you to take a session specifically with regard to autoimmune counseling as to what it is and how people could avail your services, how they could overcome the challenges they are facing, the sudden challenges in life with regard to autoimmune disorders.
I would love to do that with you too. I would like more and more people to be aware of this demon which exists uh, globally, and to take the right decision at the right time, to get diagnosed at the right time, not to neglect yourself, your health. Yeah, I would love to discuss autoimmune in at length.
Thank you, dear. Thank you very much, ma'am. Stay blessed and stay connected.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
My dear friends, with this, we come to an end to the International Fab Talks. Stay connected with us. Do us a little favor. Share this video with the right kind of people. There must be somebody out there who would love to listen to all that was shared today. A lot of wisdom, a lot of experiences, and a lot of positive energy. There must be somebody who's going through a low and they would really want to listen to all of it that was shared today. Share this beautiful video. And of course, if you like what we are doing, stay connected with us. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share this video. Stay blessed, stay safe, stay connected. Thank you, ma'am.